In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the ultimate blueprint on how to lose 50 pounds of fat, also how to keep the weight off forever. And this is without struggling through fad diets or trying these crazy ideas like putting yourself in a cold chamber to freeze the fat off. I think they call it cool sculpting or some BS. Okay, so let's face it, losing weight after 40 can feel like an uphill battle, especially when the advice out there is confusing, extreme, or just plain unrealistic. But what if I told you there's a way to shed the weight and keep it off without sacrificing your sanity or your favorite foods? And this isn't about quick fixes, it's about strategies that work for real life. Sounds good, right? Well, stick around because we're about to break down the exact ways on how to achieve sustainable fat loss and take control of your health for good. So let's get right into it. All right, let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes that hold men back from losing weight, if not the biggest mistake. And I'm speaking about dieting the wrong way. Now, I know how it typically goes. You cut calories like crazy, eat nothing but salads, or maybe even try the latest fad diet because it promises quick results. But here's the thing, those approaches are setting you up for failure even before you start, my friend. And why is that? Well, because they aren't sustainable, period. And they don't address the real problem here, which is building habits that last. It's like trying to save money by skipping coffee for a month and then blowing your budget on a new grill you saw at Home Depot because they had some end of the year blowout sale. You didn't change your spending habits, you just delayed the inevitable, my friend. So let's break this down. When you slash calories too drastically, your body thinks it's starving. And what does it do? Well, it fights back by slowing down your metabolism to conserve energy. And this is called adaptive thermogenesis. It's like putting your body into power saving mode, making it even harder to burn fat. Also, add to that the fact that extreme diets often lead to muscle loss instead of overall fat loss. And muscle is what keeps your metabolism humming, even at rest. So when you lose muscle, you're sabotaging your long-term progress even further. And let's be real for a second. How many times have you found yourself on one of these diets, feeling tired, cranky, and just flat out miserable? You tell yourself it's only for a little while, but eventually you cave, you order pizza, devour it, and beat yourself up thinking you failed. Sounds familiar, right? Damn dominoes. And that's the vicious cycle these diets create. Short-term deprivation followed by guilt and frustration. It's a perpetual cycle of failure. Now, here's the thing. Your food habits are arguably the most important variable when it comes to fat loss. You cannot outwork a bad diet. Let me say that again. You cannot outwork a bad diet. And let me give you some perspective. You could easily devour a 600-calorie pastry in under a minute. And we all have. But it could take you hours to burn off that pastry. So no matter how hard you work in the gym, it won't make up for poor food choices. This is why getting your nutrition right is key. Now, psychologically, it's easy to fall into the trap of all or nothing thinking. You're either eating perfectly clean or completely off the rails. But fat loss doesn't have to be that rigid. The good news is there's a better way, a smarter way. Now, here's what I recommend. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Build each meal around 4 key components: lean proteins, high fiber veggies, whole grains or fruits, and a small portion of healthy fats. So let's get specific here so you have plenty of options to work with. For lean proteins, think like skinless chicken thighs, turkey, eggs, egg whites, all types of fish, chicken breasts, lean beef like sirloin or filet, crab meat, and even shellfish like shrimp or scallops. Now for high fiber veggies, load up on options like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, spinach, asparagus, zucchini, mushrooms, cabbage, and peppers. Next, when it comes to whole grains and fruits, stick with things like oatmeal, baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, quinoa, rice, whole wheat bread, and fruits like blueberries, raspberries, apples, strawberries, oranges, bananas, kiwis, peaches, and grapefruit, and etc. Now for healthy fats, aim for avocados, flaxseed, chia seed, almonds, walnuts, cashews, pecans, sunflower seeds, or even pumpkin seeds. Whew, just look at that. I gave you more options than a fully loaded BMW. Now, here's how you build your plate. Start with your lean protein and then make that the priority. Then add in a generous serving of veggies followed by a fist size or 2 portion of whole grains or fruit for your healthy carbohydrates, depending on your body weight. Then finally include a small portion of healthy fats, about a finger or two worth, so you're getting the nutrients without tipping the calorie scale. And if you're worried about flavor, you can absolutely make these meals delicious with the right condiments. Use sugar-free barbecue sauces, sugar-free ketchup, mustard, low-calorie dressings, or even products like Walden Farms that have 0 or close to 0 calories. And these can take your meals from bland to enjoyable without adding unnecessary calories. So implementing these habits will naturally keep you in a calorie deficit to lose fat. Now I want you to think 90% whole foods and 10% indulgences. For example, once a week, have a conscious-sized fun meal, whether it's a couple slices of pizza, a burger, or whatever it is that you love. And when you plan it out, you can enjoy it guilt-free while staying on track. In my coaching program, I teach my clients how to structure their meals so they're full, energized, and losing fat sustainably. And we implement these fun meals when we're in the maintenance mode. Also, to make it even easier, I'll have a full list of foods that I recommend for you to eat listed in the show notes below of this video, for free. This way you'll always have options to mix and match your meals and enjoy. And when you have this kind of variety, you're setting yourself up for lifelong success, not just a temporary fix. So go download that free list, and most importantly, use it. Now, when you approach your diet this way, the benefits are huge. You avoid that roller coaster of cravings and binges. Your energy stays high because you're fueling your body properly, and most importantly, you're building habits that you can stick with for life. No more yo-yo dieting, no more guilt, just steady, sustainable fat loss progress that feels good every step of the way. Okay, let's talk about the next important variable in this fat loss equation, and that is why resistance training isn't just an option, it's a game changer, especially for men over 40. See, most guys think that cardio alone is the key to weight loss, but here's the truth. Resistance training is where the magic happens. Building and maintaining muscle is one of the most effective ways to keep your metabolism firing. See, muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat, about 6 calories per pound of muscle compared to only 2 calories per pound of fat. That means the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn just sitting around. It's like owning a house full of smart appliances. The fridge is checking the groceries, the lights are adjusting, and Alexa's eavesdropping. All burning power even when you're not using them. Muscle is like that, burning energy 24/7, while fat just sits there doing nothing, taking up space. Now, without resistance training, men over 40 naturally lose muscle at a faster rate due to something called sarcopenia, which is a decorated word for age-related muscle loss. And when you lose muscle, your metabolism takes a hit. This is why so many guys find it harder to lose fat as they get older. And it's just not about eating less. It's about holding on to the muscle and keeping your metabolism strong. Skipping resistance training also impacts how your body looks after losing fat. Think about this. If you lose weight without building muscle, you might end up with that dreaded skinny fat look where you're smaller, but still soft and lacking tone. Resistance training reshapes your body, giving you that lean, solid look that screams health and strength, my friend. Now, here's a real-life scenario. Imagine you've been doing hours of cardio each week. The scale drops, but you don't feel any stronger or more confident. Then when you look in the mirror, you realize you're just a smaller version of what you were before. Resistance training just doesn't help you lose weight. It changes your body composition, meaning you'll burn fat while maintaining or even building muscle. It's what gives you that fit, athletic look. Now, I get it. Starting resistance training can feel intimidating, especially if you're new to it or haven't even lifted weights in years. But here's the thing. It's not about lifting the heaviest weights in the gym. It's about starting smart and focusing on the basics. Compound movements like squats, rows, and presses are your best friend because they work multiple muscle groups. In my coaching program, I start my clients with just 2 full body workouts a week. It's simple and sustainable, especially for busy men over 40. And once they've mastered the basics, we gradually add more volume or increase the number of exercises. You don't need fancy gym memberships or expensive equipment to see results. You can just do this at home with a pair of adjustable dumbbells, resistance band, or even bodyweight exercises. They all work wonders here. Now, psychologically, resistance training is a massive confidence booster. Big time. Every rep, every weight increase, every milestone, it's a reminder what your body is capable of. And for men over 40, that confidence extends beyond the gym. It's about feeling stronger, moving better, and knowing you're investing into your long-term health. And the benefits of resistance training go far beyond aesthetics. It preserves muscles, keeps your metabolism humming, strengthens your bones, and protects your joints. Plus, it makes everyday tasks like carrying groceries, climbing the stairs, or even playing with your kids feel easier and more enjoyable. So if you're not already lifting weights, now is the time to start. Resistance training isn't just about looking good, it's about building a foundation for strength and health that lasts for decades. Trust me, when you see how much better you look and feel, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Alright, let's talk about an overlooked but game-changing tool for fat loss over 40, and I'm speaking about walking. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Walking, really? Can that even make a difference? But trust me, this simple but low impact activity has benefits that go far beyond what you might expect. It's not just about burning a few extra calories. Walking taps into what is called NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And that's just a fancy term for the calories your body burns during everyday movement. That's not formal exercise. And here's the kicker. NEAT can make up a massive chunk of your daily calorie burn. Think about this. You could burn an extra 300 calories a day just by incorporating more movement into your routine with things like pacing while you're on the phone, walking to the mailbox, or even parking a little further away. Now, over a week, that can add up to an extra 2,000 calories burned. That's almost equivalent to a pound of fat. And it doesn't even feel like work because you're weaving it into your daily life. Now, for men over 40, walking has additional advantages. It's gentle on the joints, because let's face it, wear and tear of heavy impact exercise like running can really catch up over the years. If you've ever felt that twinge in your knees or that stiffness in your back after a long jog, you know exactly what I mean. Walking eliminates that stress while keeping you healthy and active and burning calories. Plus, it's incredibly sustainable. You don't need fancy equipment, a gym membership, or even much time to make it happen either. Here's an example. Imagine taking 3 or 4 50-minute walks throughout your day, maybe one after each meal. This is something I recommend to my clients in my coaching program. And not only does it add up to about an extra hour of movement, but walking after meals have specific benefits. It helps with digestion, keeping your blood sugar stable, and prevents that sluggish, bloated feeling. You know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing, walking isn't just a physical activity, it's a mental reset too. Whether you're strolling in the park, pacing around your neighborhood, or walking the dog, it gives you a break from the stress of daily life. It's like hitting the pause button for a few moments, clearing your mind, and coming back refreshed. And because it's so simple and enjoyable, it's a habit you're much likely to stick with compared to grueling high-intensity cardio workouts, which feels like you're working overtime at a construction site. And let's not forget the science behind it. Walking burns calories while preserving muscle mass, especially when combined with resistance training. And it doesn't have the same recovery demands as intense cardio workouts. So you can do it daily without risking burnout or injury. And because muscle burns more calories at rest than fat, walking supports your long-term fat goals by keeping your metabolism active. So here's what I suggest. Set a realistic daily step goal. Start with around 8,000, then over time work up to 10,000 steps. And if necessary, keep building from there over time. But I wouldn't recommend going past 12,000. That can be a little bit overkill. I recommend you break it up into short, manageable walks throughout the day. And not only will this make it easier to reach your goal, but it also prevents long stretches of sitting, which we know can contribute to weight gain and poor posture. Also, if you want to make walking more enjoyable, listen to a podcast, catch up on an audiobook, or even walk with a friend, if you have friends. And the best part, well, walking fits seamlessly into your life. It doesn't require a schedule overhaul, and it's one of the most accessible forms of movement you can do. I recommend pairing it with resistance training for a balanced approach to fat loss that's sustainable for the long haul. Trust me, when you make walking a daily habit, you're not just burning calories, you're creating a lifestyle that supports your goal and feels great every step of the way. It's simple, it's effective, and most importantly, it works. So lace up your dad's shoes and get moving, my friend. Okay, let's talk about something a lot of guys overlook when it comes to losing weight, and I'm talking about your mindset. Because here's the truth. If you don't reframe how you think about losing fat, you're setting yourself up for frustration and failure. See, losing 20 to 50 pounds and keeping it off isn't about finding the next big fad diet or workout plan. It's about realizing that this is a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. Think about it. You didn't gain all that weight overnight. It took years of habits, stress, and life getting in the way. So why expect to lose it all in a few weeks? It doesn't work like that. But here's the good news. When you approach this as a lifestyle change, everything starts to click. You stop focusing on short-term results and start building habits that lead to long-term success. And that's where the magic happens. Now, let's be real here. This journey isn't going to be easy. It's going to be hard at times. And it's supposed to be hard because anything worth achieving in life, Whether it's a successful career, being a great parent, or even building financial security, well, it requires a lot of effort. And fat loss is no different. But here's the thing, the effort is worth it. You're not just losing weight, you're gaining energy, confidence, and years of better health. You're becoming the man your family looks up to, the guy who shows up and sets examples for his kids and loved ones. It's bigger than you. Let me paint a picture for you here. Maybe right now you feel stuck, tired, unmotivated, and frustrated with how you look or feel. You might think, I don't have the time or I'll never get back to where I was in my 20s. But that's not the point. This isn't about chasing some unrealistic ideal. It's about becoming the best version of yourself right now. It's about showing up for the life you have today and taking control. Here's what I tell my clients. Fat loss isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. There'll be ups and downs. There'll be good days and bad days. Some weeks the scale won't even move, and that's okay because the goal isn't perfection. It's about progress. It's about consistently putting one foot in front of the other, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. And let's not forget the power of discipline. At first, it feels hard waking up early or after work to exercise, prepping meals, saying no to junk food. But over time, discipline turns into freedom. Freedom from yo-yo dieting, freedom from feeling stuck, and freedom to live your life on your terms because you've built habits that make healthy living second nature. Now, one of the biggest mistakes men make is comparing themselves to others, whether it's that guy in the gym with the six-pack or the transformations you see on social media. But here's the thing, you're not competing with anyone else. This is your journey. So focus on where you are now and where you want to be, not where someone else is, because their story isn't yours. And when you stay in your lane, you'll find it easier to stay consistent and motivated. So what's the solution here? Well, start with small sustainable changes. Build your meals with lean proteins, veggies, whole grains, fruits, and healthy fats. Commit to walking more, lift weights a couple times a week, and stay active throughout the day. And most importantly, remind yourself why you're doing this, whether it's to be there for your kids, to feel proud when you look in the mirror, or to simply live a longer, healthier life. Keep that why front and center. And when you embrace fat loss as a lifestyle, everything changes. You stop feeling like you're on a diet and start feeling like you're in control. You'll notice your energy improving, your confidence grow, and your relationships strengthening. And that's the real reward. Not just the weight you lose, but the life you gain in the process. And this isn't just about fat loss. It's about creating a life that you love, one small step at a time. And trust me, the journey is worth it. Because when you stay consistent, stay disciplined, and focus on the big picture, you're not just losing weight, you're transforming your life. And that's the results that last forever. Now, if you'd like more help with transforming your body for a happier, healthier, and more confident life, click the link in the show notes. I'll see you soon.